So tonight really is a celebration, and we intend to keep it that way. But it is a celebration of our successes and a gathering of our extended family. Tonight we have with us, representing all members of our school pharmacy family. We have faculty, staff, and students. We have alumni, and we have friends. Was that a groan? Was that for me? Okay. Well, we will do our very best to keep the program very short so that there's plenty of time this evening for you to talk and enjoy the company that you're with. It is now my pleasure to introduce to you Deb Redmond, Vice President of Presbyterian UPMC Presbyterian Shadyside, which is the flagship hospital of UPMC. UPMC is a premier sponsor of the RxTravaganza with a twist. Their sponsorship is significant because, of course, UPMC shares a name with us, the University of Pittsburgh. Deb and I have been working together for about 18 months, and in that time I have found that she is incredibly committed to pharmacy. She's not a pharmacist, but she is incredibly committed to pharmacy, and she is also someone who really wants to get things done. So please help me welcome Deb. Chubby checker debut of The Twist. So it is that anniversary, as well as the anniversary of our 50th reunion class, the class of 1960. But the other reason is that the twist that we knew about was the fact that by this date we would have the opportunity to showcase for you some images of the transformation that will be happening at the school. And behind me is a backdrop that shows the image of the transformation of the external facility. What you see in the foreground, in the dark building, is Salk Hall. And in the background is a new state-of-the-art research facility called Salk Pavilion. And connecting the two buildings is the Commons. The Commons means a great deal to our students, and you'll hear about that in just a minute. This construction is really is just incredible. We were in different departments and in fact in different buildings, but we did get to know each other. After receiving his BS at Bucknell, Bob earned his PhD in pharmacology from the University of Pittsburgh in School of Pharmacy in 1981. He continued his education and training as a postdoctoral fellow in pharmacology and immunology at the Mayo Clinic and Mayo Foundation in Rochester, Minnesota. Eventually, he rose through the ranks until he became a professor of pharmacology and immunology at Mayo Clinic. Well, his career started in the center of the country, then moved from there to the Atlantic coast, to the Pacific, and then back to the Atlantic coast, where he is now. In 1999, he moved from Minnesota to North Carolina, where he became professor in the Department of Pharmacology and Cancer Biology at Duke Medical Center, and he also held a Glaxo-Wellcome Professor in Molecular Cancer Biology. In 2001, Bob took a position at the prestigious Burnham Institute in La Jolla, California, where he founded the Signal Transduction Program and served as director of the Burnham Institute's Cancer Research Center. Bob is also engaged in training the next generation of scientists, having graduate students and as many as 10 postdoctoral fellows working in his laboratory at a time. And that's whether he was at Mayo Clinic, Duke University, or Burnham Institute. He certainly had an impact on the field. In 2001, he made not only a trip from the Pacific coast to the Atlantic coast, leaving the Burnham Institute, but he moved from academia to the pharmaceutical industry, where he took on responsibility as Vice President of Oncology Research at Wyeth in Pearl River, New York. He wanted to see if he could bring his science to impact the process of pharmaceutical drug development. After Wyeth was acquired by Pfizer in 2009, Bob was appointed to his current position as Senior Vice President and Chief Scientific Officer for the Center for Integrative Biology and Biotherapeutics of Pfizer Biopharmaceutical. Bob is a world-renowned scholar and scientist. He is known for his research into intracellular signaling pathways related to cell cycle control and cancer development. His work has resulted in identification of novel targets for anti-cancer therapy. It is my pleasure to introduce to you Dr. Robert Abraham. To 1998. Then Executive Vice President from 1998 to 2007, as well as Executive Vice President of Stores for CVS Pharmacy and for CVS Corporation. So for someone not in the industry, I wasn't sure what all of that meant, so I decided to Google it and find out some information that maybe I could help put some of this into context. So Larry, you're welcome to comment on whether I Googled the right information. But as one example of his responsibilities, when CVS acquired 1,200 Eckerd pharmacies in 2004, Larry led the process for having 90 stores per week, and I quote, shed their Eckerd operational skin and reemerge in the CVS mode. Larry was a part of that team that led CVS's transformation through acquisition into the country's first 6,000 store drug chain. CVS now has over 7,000 retail stores in 41 states and in the District of Columbia. It also has 569 retail healthcare clinics in 25 states. This is beginning to give you an idea of the sense of the scope of his work. He led the oversight to help ensure the successful integration of thousands of stores from Revco, Eckerd, and Albertsons. The news publication stated that CVS, quote, CVS Executive Vice President of Stores, Larry Merlot, is proving every bit the architect of the field of assimilation. Larry was quoted in that article as saying, what I'm most proud of is what we've shown, when we say we're going to do something, we do it, we walk the walk. In 2007, Larry was named President of CVS Pharmacy Retail for the CVS Caremark Corporation and Executive Vice President of CVS Caremark Corporation. He took on responsibility for store operations, merchandising, logistics, inventory, marketing, and field operations support. In 2010, a month ago, in May, CVS Caremark announced that Larry Merlot will succeed Thomas Ryan as Chairman and CEO of CVS. As if that is all not enough, I was at a meeting earlier this year where Larry was installed as the Chairman of the Board of Directors of the National Association of Chain Drug Stores. Larry, it's my pleasure to ask you to join us.
Living a long life. Scotch is good. Scotch is good. Well, Scotch is pure.
Don't get drunk, don't get sick, just get
mellow.
Mellow yellow.
Yes.
Everybody that sees kids judge when they get out of elementary school, and then when they go to junior high school, they're just going to walk in Hartford because they're not even.
You put this on the internet, you're in trouble.
YouTube away! YouTube away!
It's really, it's good. I don't know.